Individuals who earn above $100,000 among millennials report that 60% of them are struggling between paychecks. How can one make quite as much money and continue to choke out for an existence? Frankly, I don't find that shocking. Particularly with the current high rate of inflation, it is significantly simpler to spend $100,000 than it is to earn it. It doesn't seem like a lot of money, and $100,000 really isn't. But for most people, saving $100,000, much less making their first $100,000, is a distant fantasy. And yes, when bill collectors come knocking on your door, $100,000 will make you feel secure. But both of these are distinct. Yet in all honesty, $100,000 isn't all that much. It's a doable aim that most individuals can achieve with a little perseverance, determination, and access to the internet. Making $100,000 could feel like an unattainable goal. The reality is that it's far simpler than most people realize. It's only a matter of when, until you get there, as long as you're committed and on the proper course. That is why today, here in Usable Wisdom, I will personally be sharing with you how to go from $0 to $100,000 in 2022. And it would be amazing if you subscribed and hit the notification bell if you learned something helpful from this video. Besides, it's free and you can unsubscribe at any moment. But otherwise, you'll always be the first to know about new money-making tips as we share them. It's a win-win. So how about we get started? Number 1, there are decades that nothing happens, and then there are weeks where decades happen. I have never heard anything more profound than these remarks. Since the 2008 housing crash, not much has significantly altered the course of history. But the year 2022 is radically altering it. The world is on the verge of famine as tech stocks tanked and cryptocurrency crashed. With the invasion of Ukraine, the world is concerned that China will attack Taiwan. Additionally, supply chains around the world are being disrupted. Inflation is at a record high. Oil prices are at an all-time high, and the global pandemic is still ongoing. All of these factors pose a threat to the US's ability to dominate the world. We may inhabit a radically different world by the conclusion of the year. The fact that wealth also shifts palms during major transitions is what matters the most. Profiting from this wealth transition is the task. Taking a glance at how many cryptocurrencies are failing, and you'll see that now is the ideal time to invest in crypto because your rivals are being swept away by the storm. A business can be launched more easily once everything is steady, but this is true for everyone. The competitive rivalry is a result of this. The world can change drastically during a crisis, particularly when the status quo alters, which makes it the ideal time to take advantage of them. Number 2, he will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. Whenever inspiration strikes, we want to do everything. Start a business, begin investing, engage in trade, and develop connections. Your limited resources are the only issue. Whatever you do, you will fail if you don't understand how to choose your battles, especially if you're just starting out financially. Pick your battles wisely. You could never be a master of any single thing if you sought to be a jack of all trades. Number 3, I know of nothing more despicable and pathetic than a man who devotes all the hours of the waking day to the making of money for money's sake. Although money can be a powerful motivator, motivation fades when you have sufficient amounts of it. If you're not generating enough money, it might not seem that way right now. But as soon as you reach the point at which you can comfortably live and save more than half of your salary, your drive will start to fade. In addition, since money is limitless, the pursuit of it is meaningless. Building something that will help people should therefore be the main objective. It would give your objective significance. It will make you more motivated to get out of bed every single day. In addition, the more people you serve, hence more consumers are willing to spend for it, increasing your earnings. This cycle will help you earn more than $100,000 in the long run, not simply your first $100,000. So stop concentrating on earning $100,000 and start thinking about how you might add value to society. The financial rewards will come after. Number 4, don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. The majority of people don't become wealthy because they graduate, keep looking for work, and eventually land a nice position where they have access to all they require for a comfortable life. They initially think it's only temporary, But as they settle into a comfortable lifestyle, they start to fear taking chances should they lose what they've already achieved. The issue is that in order to gain better things, you sometimes have to give up what you currently have. That doesn't imply that you must leave your work and launch a business, but you also shouldn't become too cozy. Don't be reluctant to sacrifice your comfortable lifestyle. To advance, you must take certain chances. Number 5. Don't let your preconceptions dictate your decisions. Your parents and your school have a big influence on how you think as a child. Your peers start molding your mindset as you mature and become an adult. Thus, despite the fact that they may seem rational, the majority of your thoughts and beliefs do not always mirror reality. Even if your parents repeatedly told you as a child that the only route out of poverty was to succeed academically and move up the corporate ladder, that doesn't indicate that this is truly the case. Consider things from a different angle. It will truly broaden your perspective if you can speak with others who have accomplished what you're striving for. Everything in your environment, the things you call life, was created by individuals who are no smarter than you, according to Steve Jobs, and you have the power to alter it, have an impact on it, and create things that other people can enjoy. Before we continue, we would love to hear your realizations so far in the comment section. Which among these pieces of advice did you like the most? Once you finish, let's keep going. Number 6. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday and not to who someone else is today. When we are young, our parents tend to make comparisons between ourselves and our peers. We grow up constantly observing how we are relative to those around us. No matter how much we get better, we constantly glance around and see somebody who is better than us. Someone will always be better than you, which is something we learn too late in life. Just have a peek at the Forbes billionaires list. It is constantly updated. Bezos was at the top of the list only recently. Elon Musk currently holds that position. Putin, despite Elon Musk's comment to the contrary, is unable to even leave Russia, despite the fact that he is substantially wealthier than Musk. Hence, would that qualify as true riches then? Of course, that is an exceptional case, but you see the point. Never compare yourself to someone else. The only person to whom you could be compared is yesterday's version of yourself. Did you work out today? Bravo to you! You've improved a little since yesterday. Have you recently read a good book? A little bit wiser today then. The only way to develop is to constantly compare yourself to where you were yesterday. This applies to both your personal and financial success. Number 7. The greatest danger you face is your mind growing soft and your eye getting dull. Let this be the single piece of advice you remember after watching this video. The road to $100,000 may appear challenging, but anyone can do it with sufficient commitment and effort. Once you've accomplished that objective or earned enough money to cover your expenses, the real struggle is to continue going forward. Your fighting spirit will weaken with time. You'll lose your sense of discipline, and your spending will gradually increase. Your spending will continue to rise while your growth stagnates, causing you to reach the point where you must once more continue surviving a frugal life. The real challenge lies in maintaining your discipline despite the fact that you've reached your objectives, whatever they may be. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this has been an enlightening experience for you. And if you want to see more content like this, remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be one of the first to see our latest uploads. See you in the next one.